This week on Moms Like Us, Vanderpump Rules star Brittany Cartwright opens up about all the negative comments she got during her pregnancy.
It was just like hard to see like all those comments about my weight gain and stuff whenever I was healthy and the baby was healthy. So that's all that really mattered.
$1 Million Listing New York's Fredrik Eklund reveals how being sober has changed him as a dad.
I feel much more present. I feel much calmer. I feel much more in control.
Then Luyendyk opens up about how her miscarriage put things into perspective for her.
I mean, after we had our miscarriage last year, I just am so grateful for being able to be pregnant again.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Moms Like Us. Hey everyone, Christina Garibaldi here with Brienne Mans from Stroller in the City, and welcome to Moms Like Us. Hi Brienne, how are you?
Hey Christina, how's it going?
Good. We have a lot of exclusive interviews to get to, a lot of mom and dad news, so shall we dive right in?
Kick it off.
All right, let's do it. So like we said, we have an exclusive interview with Brittany and Jax Taylor from Vanderpump Rules. They just welcomed their baby boy Cruz into the world just 3 weeks ago. So I was very impressed that they got it together and were able to sit down for an interview. So we were so happy for them, and they truly were just glowing with new parent bliss when we spoke to them. But we did talk a lot about how she received so many negative comments during her pregnancy, and that the online hate was from total and complete strangers. Take a listen.
Whenever I was pregnant, I got so many like mean comments about what my weight gain and stuff.
And it was women on women more than anything else.
Yeah,
it wasn't men. It was women on women, which was
and it really
bizarre.
shocked me. Like I know I gained weight and like I was being heavily compared to like Stassi and Scheana and Lala, which we knew would happen. But like I've always been bigger than them. Like my weight has always fluctuated and stuff. So it was just like hard to see like all those comments about my weight gain and stuff whenever I was healthy and the baby was healthy. So that's all that really mattered to me. Yeah. And like my mom, when she was pregnant, she gained a lot of weight in her face and everything, just like me. Mm-hmm. So I kind of was like expecting it and everything. Like,
you shouldn't have to explain stuff like this.
No,
this is our life. This is our journey. I mean, yes, I get it. We're in the public eye. I understand that. But I guess the problem I have with it is just the women on women hate. Like, I don't, I just, why are you putting down another female that's going through something that,
yeah, and I was throwing up a lot, so even though I was throwing up every single day, I was still gaining weight because you're still really hungry.
Sure, no, definitely.
Even if you throw up constantly like I did, like I would get sick and then I was hungry right away. Like, so I was still gaining weight and everything, but
she was throwing up every day until the last 2 months.
Yeah, until the last like month.
Oh,
yeah, she gave me like the last month off, thank goodness, because I didn't know how with my belly that big I was going to be able to get down to the toilet.
The paparazzi don't make it easy. I mean, they're parked out in front of my house every day. So as soon as they walk out, they take the most unflattering picture. And I'm always like, it's like, even just they get you for a second, they get you.
Yeah, and then people try to accuse me of photoshopping, like my mirror selfies and stuff, which was really weird to me too, because any woman knows how to take a good angle of themselves in a mirror selfie. It's going to look different than me walking down the street chewing gum,
not paying
attention, like anybody, and then that hurt my feelings when everybody was saying I was like photoshopping my body and I was supposed to be proud and I was proud. Yeah. So it was just, I hate it when people get an idea in their heads and then they run with it and it's not even true. Like that drives
keyboard
me.
warriors.
I mean, did that
drive me insane?
Did that kind of really like mess with your mindset during all that? Because I don't know, I wouldn't be able to deal with something like that at all. I mean, that's a lot.
I tried to tell her, I go, people are projecting their own insecurities on you. That's all this is. People have no idea who you are. They've never met you, yet they have the audacity to go onto your page and leave these comments. Like, that's projecting insecurity. Like that person needs help. Yeah. Like that, like to do that, go out of your way and comment on someone you've never met on their body.
Yeah.
Not something they did or whatever. That's a whole different story. This is a woman's body. She's
and
going through
a
human being inside. Like every woman goes through something completely different. That's why when someone says, well, my pregnancy with this, I do this, when people give unsolicited advice, which bothers the hell out of me because it really does, because everybody's different. Everybody's going to breastfeed different. Everyone's going to gain weight different.
Yeah.
It's all different. So it's like, I just don't get the whole, why can't you just uplift people? How hard is it to say you look great, period?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dax learned a lot through this too. He was like, I'm never going to be mean to somebody on social media again.
I was
like, you better not.
I felt so bad for her. Like when she said, like, I cried so much during this time. She was almost ashamed of her pregnancy because of just so much hate that she got.
I know. And I felt so bad for her. I mean, we've talked about this too, like months ago, how she was receiving these like awful messages. Like she's pregnant. Like how could you say something mean to a pregnant person? I'm baffled. I'm baffled.
Me too. And she was pregnant alongside, the other Vanderpump Rules girls, Lala, Stassi, and Scheana. And so many people were comparing their pregnancies too. And she's like, my body is totally different than anybody else's. And, it's not fair to compare my body to theirs, but so sad.
It's so sad. It's so sad, but I'm glad she's speaking up about it.
Yeah.
And, letting people know like it's not okay and not like hiding from it. And it is hurtful. It is
totally. And it's crazy that it was mostly women making comments about her body too.
I thought that that's kind of crazy as well. That's like really crazy to me because every pregnancy is different. Every one of my pregnancies were different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't you feel like right now, like both of yours were different?
100%. Yeah. I feel like 9,000 times bigger than I was with my first. And like, you just gain weight in different places too. I just feel like, yes, totally, totally different. And, it's like, we should be like praising each other and, lifting each other up during this time because you feel uncomfortable and insecure to begin with.
Yes, exactly. You don't need someone else telling you, oh my God, I can't with this. So up next, we sat down with another Bravo star, Fredrik Eklund, and Fredrik told us how being sober has made him a better dad. Take a look at this.
And I also wanted to say congratulations to you because I know last month you revealed that you were over 100 days sober. So I think that is so
190 today.
Wow.
192 today, yes.
So almost 200 days sober. I mean, how has that changed your outlook on life and, how has it made you a better father?
All of those things. I feel much more present. I feel much calmer. I feel much more in control, which is kind of like, if you look at me for the last 10 years, I probably from the outside, I look like I'm in control, like a businessman, but I didn't really, I didn't really trust myself towards the end. And it was just so night and day, I say, to just take control, be healthy in that way. And I feel like I look younger, I feel younger, like the sun rises, the sun sets, and going into the fatherhood, like just not missing one beat. And they have a lot of energy, like there's twins, the twin sanity, and don't have as much energy as they do because they're 3, but almost like I can really be there with them. And I feel really, really proud of myself, and I don't say that lightly. And it's a wonderful feeling, and I can really recommend it. I don't want to oversell anybody because I have a tendency to just like, what I do is the best thing. So everybody has their own journey, but for me, it's been really beautiful. It really has.
Yeah, that's so great. Congratulations. I mean, you said that
Thank
you were kind of like a highly functional addict. I mean, was there like a moment where like you realized you're like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I got to get it together.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I think it's so ingrained in our society, especially these big cities of New York and LA. It's definitely ingrained in like real estate. Like you have to socialize with clients, less so during COVID. But then you have this other thing. The other side of COVID is like, okay, you're going to have a glass of wine at home, with the kids. And I just felt like towards the end, there was a heaviness and there was like a tiredness around it. And I just love what I do. I love my kids. I love my family. And I'm just like an adventurous, hopefully still very young soul. So it didn't really fit in with what I want to become. And it was also, the other thing is like, I'm 44 on Monday and it was time. It was like time for something new, something fresh. Life is so short. there's so much more I want to do. So it started to, which I wrote, I think on Instagram, it started taking more than it was giving me. And then it's time to like, bye-bye.
So what's interesting to me is that he brought up like tiredness, because aren't we like, we're tired to begin with, but it's so true that alcohol really does like make us even more tired. Like I know for me, like I can't drink anymore as I'm like getting older. Like if I have 2 glasses of wine, I am up for a good 2 hours in the middle of the night. And then I'm like giving myself an anxiety attack that I like can't go back to sleep.
Totally.
Like, It's so crazy to me. But I love his twins. I think he's adorable. I mean, they're like the cutest things ever.
I like told him during the interview, I'm like, your kids are perfect. They're like, how are they so beautiful? But you're so right. And the worst thing ever is to wake up with a hangover when you have kids too, because it's like, you just do not want to do anything and you can't crawl back in bed because they just want to go, go, go. So it's really difficult.
So true. Friends of mine, oh my God, the last couple of weeks we've been going out to dinner, and guess what time the reservation is? It's 5 p.m. So we can be in bed and ready and drink enough water at 8 p.m.
I love that.
Like early bird special. Like, what is happening to us right now? But this is what's been going on.
I love that so much. That is fantastic. All right. Well, Lauren Luyendyk said that even though she has some body insecurities, her miscarriage really put things into perspective for her. Take a listen.
Totally. And I saw that you were rocking some bikinis on your baby moon. I mean, like I said, you look so good. I mean, where do you get your baby body confidence from? Or are you insecure about things?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely insecure about some things, just as everyone else is. Like my skin isn't as smooth and tight as it normally is. So I wear like shirts over my bathing suit sometimes just because I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm sharing a lot of skin here. Like I can't fit one piece bathing suit, so I'm wearing 2 pieces all the time, but there's just a lot of belly happening. So I try and cover up just a little so I don't scare anyone. But I mean, I do feel very confident at the same time though, because I mean, after we had our miscarriage last year, I just am so grateful for being able to be pregnant again that stuff is just kind of irrelevant to me. I'm just like rocking it and embracing it. And it's just such a beautiful time for me.
Definitely, it is. I mean, does Arie find you sexier when you're pregnant?
He definitely talks about that, yeah. He's like, I love that belly. I miss it when it's gone. He's like, I'm so happy that it's back. So
you're like, I don't miss it when it's gone.
Like, I do. Like,
funny when you're done, like when you give birth, like you always feel like your baby, your bump should still be there.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, like especially right after you give birth, it's like, oh my gosh, I miss feeling those kicks, and you just feel kind of like a deflated balloon for a little bit. And you're like, oh, I wish I had my belly because everything looked cute on me then.
So I love that Arie finds her sexier now when she's pregnant than when she's not. Did your husband?
I know. It's so cute. I love that. I feel like some husbands are like that. Like they're like, oh, like belly in there. And me, I'm like, oh my God, get away from me.
That's how I am. But my husband's like, yes. He's like, you look so beautiful. I'm like, you're just saying that, but thank you. But please, just like you said, get away from me. Don't touch me. I'm so uncomfortable.
Exactly. So up next, Danielle Fishel is pregnant with her husband and Jensen Karb's second baby. And what I love about this, she's 40 and actually shared the news on her 40th birthday. I feel like women really are having babies like late in life, and that's A-okay. Obviously, we talk about this all the time, have babies whenever. She wrote, I had a beautiful childhood, teenage years I still dream about. My 20s were insane and mostly miserable. And my 30s brought me lows and highs, but eventually I leveled out to a place of security in who I am, what I believe, and with whom I want to spend precious time. I couldn't be more grateful to enter my 40s with my amazing husband and son, excitingly expecting the arrival of baby boy number 2. Love, 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 love this.
Love this so much. I love this. And like you said, we talked about this so many times. I feel like women are having babies later and later on in life because, if they find somebody later, they're concentrating on their careers, and that's just the right time. And I mean, you can't put a timestamp on anything that you want.
Definitely not. And I have to tell you, I compare myself. I was a mom in my late 20s, and my sister is now a first-time mom in her late 30s. She is so much more laid back than I am, and like just more secure in like her choices and like what she feels. I was like a nervous wreck, and I don't know if it was like an age thing or just our personalities or whatever, but I do feel that you're a more confident parent later in life too. Yeah. I mean, that's like something to say,
No, definitely. I mean, yeah, there's definitely benefits to either one, but it's like whatever time is right for you. And she seems like she said that her 20s were miserable. Her 30s were all about kind of finding herself. And now she knows exactly what she wants, and good for her. I think it's great.
I know, me too. I love it.
Love it. All right. Well, our clapback of the week goes to Hannah Ferrier from Below Deck. Now, someone questioned if her boyfriend Josh was actually the father of her baby, and she actually had some fun with this clapback. She said, "No, while being in a relationship for 3 years is great, I have a longer and deeper connection with the guy at my local gas station. So I decided he was a more appropriate biological father. Josh fathers Ava Monday to Friday, and gas station guy gets her every second weekend." Now, in a second comment, I love that. Someone said that she hoped she didn't smoke during her pregnancy, and she replied, "I actually increased my daily amount to 60. It worked wonders for my grandmother, so I'm hoping it has the same effect on my daughter." At least she had some fun with it, I guess.
You have to bring the humor, because I feel like someone's always trying to take her down with her nasty comments, and she kind of has that like snarky personality too. So I just like loved this clapback of the week from her. It's so funny. Like she needs to keep it going with these like
She does. I mean, I feel like that's like a good way to kind of, bounce back at people, clap back at people. It kind of takes the humor in it. So good for her.
Right? I think so too. I totally agree. So in this week's Baby Name Diaries, we spoke with another Vanderpump Rules lady, Lala Ken, to see how she and Randall Emmett came up with their daughter Ocean's name. So take a look at this.
So how it came about. First of all, Randall loves the water. I'm a complete ocean fanatic. I don't mess with it because I feel like it's very powerful and I can't explain it. I don't know what's in there. But I'm the crazy person on like the Santa Monica boardwalk that's like, free the orcas, save the dolphins. So I've always been, I have an orca tattoo. I'm a huge fan of the ocean. And the reason I came up with it as the name is because I was in the Bahamas years ago with Randall, and I walked past a yacht that was called the Ocean Alexander. And I was like, oh my gosh, the name Ocean is fantastic. And I told Randall that I loved it, and he was all for it. So we've had the name, and we knew whether it was a boy or a girl, that was the name.
I love it. They just, their love for the ocean, and, it's a powerful name, and that's why she wanted it. So I love it. I think it suits her.
I do too. I love it. I love it so much.
All right. Well, I
hope you're getting some inspo.
Oh my God, I'm trying. It is still like this baby could pop out from like 2 weeks or 5 weeks from now, and I still don't know. It's so rad. I've just like stopped thinking about it at this point. I'm like, maybe something will just pop, but I don't know.
I think once he comes into the world, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is his name. This is
totally.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the struggle is real. All right. Well, our celeb moms, they're just like us, goes to Angelina Jolie, the Oscar winner, who of course shares 6 kids with her ex Brad Pitt, told Extra that her kids always make Mother's Day very special for her. She said, "My kids have always been amazing at Mother's Day. The fun for me is that I don't plan anything, I don't do anything, and they all tend to work together to surprise me with something. It is just the knowing that they are doing something together and thinking of something together, and they want to, and they think it is important to always make me cry. They will laugh at how many times I cry in a day or how quickly I cry." I mean, I guess she's sort of just like us.
Yes.
I guess so. I mean, what do you think? Do you think her kids plan like this elaborate Mother's Day, or do they have a little bit of help?
I mean, I'm sure they have a little bit of help, for sure. But I feel like her kids are so good and like giving, and I don't know, I just feel like she raised such amazing little humans that they're like, yes, like this is what we're going to do, Totally. I mean, I know I'm all about like the handmade gifts for my kids. Like I don't really want anything else for Mother's Day, like a piece of jewelry here and there is nice, but like a handmade gift just means so much, It
really does. Yeah. It's the extra thought that they put into it, the extra effort, rather than just going to the store and buying something. It is. That's what you cherish forever. And even like just a really nice card sometimes with like a really nice written message in it sometimes just says the most, I think.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. What are your plans for Mother's Day?
So we're going to head out to our house, and we're going to host my mom and my sister. My brother will be there. So it'll be a nice little family get together. How about you?
We're actually going to my mom's. So she's doing a nice little get together as well. So it should be nice and relaxing. Hopefully the weather is nice. We'll see, but hopefully we can get outside.
Cold
I know,
here.
Cold here on the East Coast, but hopefully the weather wherever you are is beautiful where you celebrate Mother's Day. It should be a lot of fun. But do you know if your kids have any surprises in store for you?
I saw Gemma with like these little envelopes that she hid in her room, and she was like, "Don't go in this drawer," you know. So that was really cute. And then my son, it was funny. I had to do this post for work making a bread pudding. So I had him in the video with me, and he was like, "Is this really what you want me to make for you, like in the morning?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Here's the recipe if you want." So he took it. So maybe he'll be making me that in the morning.
That's so cute. Oh, I love that so much. Oh, that's great. Oh, well, I hope you get everything that you want for Mother's Day.
Thank you. And you too.
Thank you. Yes. Happy Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to everybody that is watching and listening. We really appreciate it. And make sure to check back every Thursday at 3 p.m. on Us Weekly's YouTube channel for moms like us. Brienne, thank you so much as always.
Thank you, Christina. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye, guys.